to Krishna. Like actually, if I think of what is mine, it's like my beads and a few little pieces of clothing and maybe, you know, my toothbrush and stuff like that. You know, everything else belongs to Krishna. It's his stuff for doing his work. And all of our energy, all of our activities also belong to Krishna. So we want Krishna to get the benefit of our work. We want Krishna to become famous. Not that we want to become famous, but he's already famous. I mean, is there anybody who hasn't heard of God? But knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that gives us a way to talk about God in a meaningful way. That doesn't involve speculation or, you know, faulty materialistic logic. Like if you go down to the local church and you ask them, well, please explain the soul. They can't do it. They can't tell you. Well, the soul is spiritual. That's about all they can tell you. The soul is eternal. Jesus said so in the Bible. Well, if the soul is eternal, what does that mean? Oh, we can't tell you exactly what that means. But Krishna gives that information right away in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is the beginning. And then there's all this other stuff that's based on that knowledge. And the first thing he explains after the science of the soul and how to recognize a guru is how to work for him. How to work without any karmic results. And he says, the work of a man who is situated in transcendental consciousness merges completely into spirit, merges completely into transcendence. In other words, there's no material residue. Just like if you have some salt water and you evaporate the salt water, what's left is all these little crystals of minerals and stuff. There's a residue. But if you take pure water or something like alcohol and you evaporate that, then there's no residue left at the end. It evaporates completely. So the activities of a pure devotee are like that. They're like so pure, they don't leave any material residue. We want to become like that. We want to be so pure in our activities, so pure in our conception of reality and our identity, that it doesn't leave any material result. It just goes purely into transcendence. And that doesn't mean impersonalism, it doesn't mean voidism. No, it means we offer them personally to Krishna. Krishna is here in person, as Gaur Nitai. He's here as Lord Nrsimhadev. He's here in the form of our Guru, Srila Prabhupada. If we follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions, because he's present in his instructions, he hasn't gone away, he hasn't gone anywhere. He's right here with us like he always was, in the form of his books and instructions. So if we follow those instructions, especially if we follow Prabhupada's instructions that nobody else is following, he'll be very pleased. He gave so many instructions that other devotees neglected, like to manage by consensus, like to have a Varnashram college, like to have self-sufficient farm communities, to have examinations for spiritual master, and so on and so forth. So many instructions Prabhupada gave that nobody ever carried out. So we're carrying out those instructions. And because of that, we have Srila Prabhupada's association. It's very blissful, because we know that Srila Prabhupada is pleased with us. Well, how do we know? Well, I have dreams about him and stuff like that. And he's still instructing us. He's still protecting us. We're still under his authority. We haven't gone out on our own. You know, like we didn't become start teaching spiritual things on our own. We did it because Srila Prabhupada instructed us to. So if we have that attitude, if we have that view of our activities, of our energy, then we can never become accountable for the result. Only when we want to enjoy the result of our activities, then we become accountable. Then we have to take the karma. Because those activities have become detached from their source. See? That's the ultimate meaning of that aphorism, Janmadyasya yataha. If he's the source, then he's also the object of everything. Everything is coming from him, therefore everything belongs to him, and it should be used in his service. See, this whole philosophy all fits together. It's like everything you can find, or every aspect you can find of Vedic philosophy, it all comes back to just a few concepts. Atato Brahma Jigyasa, Janmadyasya yataha, Ye yata man prapadyante, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. See? These mantras are so powerful because they contain all the essence of the Vedic philosophy in just a few words. And those words are deep. They're not just a slogan, not just a catchphrase, not jargon, but they're transcendental sound vibration. So their significance is eternal and all-pervading. So therefore we request everyone to follow this teaching, not because it's our teaching, but because it's Krishna's teaching. It's Prabhupada's teaching. And you'll get the highest benefit from this. And we've already got that benefit, and we're feeling like everything is complete. We don't need anything else. So if you also follow, you can come to this platform. And if you do that, then you'll think, oh yeah, this is it. This is the best thing anybody could ever have or want. So, we have time?
You got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes.
You want to change the tape now?
Yeah, might as well change the tape and get some questions.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so play a few minutes or seconds.
It's going?
Yeah, it's 10 seconds now.
Okay, just don't kick the tripod. Okay. Connor's question is, people who worship Shiva, where do they get this information? Well, they get it from the Vedas and the Upanishads. It's just they interpret them differently. Yeah. So Shiva is a unique entity. Shiva is the Supreme Lord, but he's in touch with the external energy. See? And therefore, he can't be worshipped as a Supreme Lord because he's not on the same ontological platform. Prabhupada gives the example of milk and yogurt. Like we had nice yogurt this morning, right? Well, what are the ingredients? Just milk, right? But the milk has been transformed in a way that it can't be used as milk. It has different properties, different flavor, like that. So, yogurt is nothing but milk, but it's different from milk. It's the same, but it's different.
Yeah.
Shiva is nothing but the Supreme Lord, but because he's in touch with the external energy, he's not worshipped as the Supreme Lord, and he himself takes the position of a devotee. But the people who are into Shiva, the reason they're into Shiva is because he very easily gives material benefits, material benedictions. So they interpret the scriptures in their own way, that Shiva is actually the Supreme. And then they worship Shiva as God, and they do get material benefits. But they also get cheated. Why? Because they're cheaters. They know that Krishna is recommended as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
They know that.
Of course they know that. Yeah. But they choose not to follow that, but to interpret things in their own way instead. This is the material disease in a nutshell. Huh? Well, I know there's a God, and we're supposed to be good and all of that stuff, but I'm going to do my own thing. Huh? Just because I can. Yeah. That's the material disease, that independence. That lack of surrender, that lack of service attitude. That's the essence of the material disease. So, we don't accept that. We don't accept the Shaivite interpretation. Because actually, the name of Shiva is a name of the Supreme Lord. Even all the names of the demigods are originally names of the Supreme. This is also stated in Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra, that all names